All right, let's go over our functions workouts for this week. Mondays has been our gymnastics day. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to still keep the gymnastics strength piece. Today is going to be 3 to 5 sets. You guys have seen this 10 to 30-second pull up hang, 10 to 20 alternating Cossack squats, 10 to 20 seated pike single leg raises. And the idea here is we're doing something for upper body, lower body, and our core today. Look back at October 20th to compare and see if you can do more challenging progression, more reps, um, either or kind of adjust that and see if you can progress a little bit from last time. The pull-up hang, I really like this one. Good way to kind of open up the upper body, the thoracic spine. Also, there's a lot of data on the amount that you can hold and what we should be kind of building up to. I would say like at first, see if you can build up to, again, like 5 to 10 seconds. Then if you can do that, it's like, let's build up to 30 seconds. But overall, the better your grip strength gets, the better you're going to see your shoulders are going to perform, the more strength you have. It is also a important factor because a lot of things in our life require our hands and fingers. So if we have strong hands and fingers, it's going to help us with a lot of things outside of the gym too as well. It's also very important in fall prevention. So if we fall on the ground and our hand is not strong, the other joints and bones in our body start to take the load. So it's very important that we have strong hands. So this is a good way to kind of build that strength. And then the other movements are really good for mobility. And again, like we're hitting the groin, the adductors, we're hitting the hip flexors with those seated single leg raises. And everything is just all body weight. So we don't really need anything to move around us. It's just all of our own body using in these movements. After that, our workout. This one is for time 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Dual dumbbell deadlifts, but a sumo stance. I like this stance because it gets you more upright, especially if you struggle with a conventional stance. And then push-ups. Strength endurance is what we're getting after in this workout. So I want you to think of making these dumbbell deadlifts challenging where you're only doing 3 to 5 in a row. So that means adjust that weight that makes you challenge yourself with it. Also, you're keeping good form and technique, obviously, while you're doing it. So the 3s, the 6s might be a little easy, but once you get to the 9s and the 12s, those should be tough, especially with the push-ups too as well. So if you are doing it unbroken, I advise you guys to challenge yourselves a little more. If you want to use kettlebells, you can too for this. But just keep in mind, strength, endurance is what we're trying to get as a stimulus out of this. So 3 to 5 reps in a row is the maximum that we want. And we need to take a break in order to do the next set. So keep that in mind today. If you treat it otherwise, it's going to be a totally different workout. It's going to be very fast. You'll probably finish it in like 4 minutes. This should be more of a 6 to 8 minute workout for yourselves today. So keep that in mind. I'll actually put that in here too. Aiming to be around the 6 to 8 minute mark. Perfect. Okay. So Wednesday, isometric strength. We're going to keep building upper body, lower body, midline, overcoming isometrics are what we're going to get after for the first part. So as you guys know, we try different positions, but the idea is we're going to hit different parts of our body with this. And overcoming isometrics, if you guys remember, this is going to help us stimulate more of our sensory organs around the areas that we're trying to create the isometric on. So let's say if I have problems with my shoulder and I have pain sometimes, the pain is coming from a loss of sensory. So if we actually do the isometric on that side and we go in with the intent of doing an overcoming isometrics, we possibly can see some improvements in pain because the sensory organs are starting to actually fire up and the brain is recognizing that. So this is really good if we are struggling with pain in any area. Let's use this overcoming isometric to see if we can improve that, as long as you're not feeling pain as you're doing the isometric. So that's a key kind of piece that you can use for that day. The workout, this one's a chipper. We haven't done one of these in a while. 500-meter row for the guys, 400 for the ladies, then 25 dumbbell squats, 25 right side dumbbell push press, 25 dumbbell squats, and then 25 left side dumbbell push press, finishing off with a row. So a lot of big sets. So we're challenging muscle stamina. So legs, upper body, And then we got some conditioning with the row in the beginning and the end. So with this one, it's hard to pace because if you're used to kind of like the rounds, this one you're going through just one time. So it's about like thinking about how you can break this up into smaller sets so you don't burn out early. I would advise with the dumbbell squats and the push presses, we're probably doing somewhere around 6 to 8 reps before we're putting it down. So let's make sure we get the right stimulus today. I don't want it to be something super heavy, obviously, but we don't want to get 25 squats done, 25 push press done all in a row. The idea is that you have to break it up. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your progressions. I'll make a note here. Choose progressions that will make you break it up. Break it up in sets of 6 to 8 reps. Okay, so keep that in mind for Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to hit that lumbar spine. We're going to get really good at moving the lumbar spine. This is a common area that gets tight on us. It doesn't have that much sensory around it, so that's also a reason why sometimes people get that or they experience pain. So we're going to work on that today. We're going to assess our rotations and see how well we can rotate, and then we're going to go into actually learning how to move that lumbar spine. So control and body awareness is the key to that today. And then our workout is a nice endurance stability workout. We're going to rotate, we're going to bend. We got 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're going to do rotating med ball slams, med ball side throws, and med ball single leg deadlifts. The idea is to move for, should be 45 seconds. And then we're resting for 15 seconds. So how it works is we're doing 45 seconds of the med ball slams, 15-second rest, 45 seconds of the side throws, rest, med ball single leg deadlifts for 45 seconds, rest, and we're doing that 5 times. So this should be a 15-minute workout today. So I would say, again, keep moving for the 45 seconds with a 15-second kind of transition from one round to the other. And the idea is just like get your body moving in these positions. Keep it light, doesn't need to be heavy. You should be moving. Again, that's the key thing. Movement for those 45 seconds is key. From there, Saturday, our conditioning day, we're going to work on our rowing, 1 minute row, 30-second rest after each 1 minute row, and nasal breathing only for that 1 minute row. So we're going to keep that in mind. We're doing 5 rounds. Use this as a warm up and also practice of getting in sync with how you move and how you breathe. Sometimes we can't do 2 things at once, but we just need to practice that a little better. So as we go into the rower, you can think of breathing in, and then as you pull, you can think of breathing out. So you can keep that in mind as a framework of how to do that breathing with your movement. Record your meters. It's good to just kind of keep track of these things, but the main focus is the synchronization of those 2 things, the movement and breathing. Then our workout, we can take some of that skill into there because the idea is to get the conditioning stimulus out of this one. So we're going light and we can focus on breathing through the nose because that will make us actually pace it a little bit better. We're trying to get 5 rounds done of 10 med ball ground overhead, 10 burpees, 10 shuttle run, jog, walk, and then 2 minutes of an assault bike recovery. So the idea is to go hard on these 3 movements and then use those 2 minutes to kind of get the system relaxed and back to normal again before we gear it back up. So 5 rounds total. Pacing and endurance is kind of the key elements to this workout today. And then finally, our last workout of the week, our community workout. We're doing Filthy 50. This is a classic CrossFit workout that I love plugging in once in a while. It's a long list of movements. It's a good conditioning workout. We get to kind of do a bunch of different things. There's a bunch of different progressions that we can do. So we're going 50 step-ups, 50 ring rows, 50 Russian swings, 50 assisted lunges, 50 reverse sit-ups, 50 push presses. We can do these with dumbbells or with a bar or with a PVC. I'll actually make a note of that. Barbell, PVC, or dumbbell, PVC. Superman's wall ball shots, med ball front squats and burpees, and then jumping side taps at the end. So this workout is a good one, again, just to get your body moving, get a good sweat on. You can do this individually or you can do it with a team. So get a partner or 2 and let's do this. Let's crush through this. Get a good workout to get your Sunday started off. So hope you guys are feeling excited for this week's worth of workouts. I know some of you guys look at this ahead of time. And then, yeah, I'm excited to see you guys at the gym, and we'll get after it. Have a good one.